Hey, what's up, people? Piz out here, and today I want to talk to you guys about the new film from Guillermo del Toro, Crimson Peak, a gothic love story, paranormal thriller. And it's difficult for me to kind of sum up what Crimson Peak is about without giving away too much because the trailer for Crimson Peak was a little deceptive, and I'll get into that a little more later. And B, the movie sort of jumps in and out of genres at a pretty rapid pace to the point where at the end of it, when we do get the reveal and we do get the explanation as to what's been going on in the film and why things have been going on this way in the film, my reaction to that was pretty much just, oh, okay. Um, so what is Crimson Peak about? If you saw the trailers for Crimson Peak, you probably think that it is a gothic paranormal horror film because that's how the trailers sold the film. It was Mia Wasikowska holding a candelabra in a long flowing, night dress, walking down a long gothic corridor, and there's ghosts coming out of the floors and coming out of the walls and just coming at her from all directions. And there's ghosts in the movie. But that's not really what Crimson Peak is about. At the very beginning of the film, Mia Wasikowska takes a manuscript. She's an aspiring writer. She takes her manuscript to a publisher, hoping to get it published. The publisher is reading it right in front of her, and he's flipping through the pages, and he goes, "Oh, this is a ghost story." And she goes, "No, no, no. It's a story. It just so happens to have a ghost in it." That's exactly what Crimson Peak is. Crimson Peak is really a love story that just happens to have some ghosts thrown in there. And it occurred to me after leaving the movie that Crimson Peak would have worked. I don't think Crimson Peak works overall, period, but it would have worked just as well as it manages to work if you'd taken the paranormal elements out of it. If there were no ghosts in it and it was just a straightforward, love story thriller kind of film, it would have worked just as well. So the trailers and the studio really wanted to sell this movie as a horror movie. They're releasing it in October, near Halloween, to make it, look like a horror film. And that's really not what Crimson Peak is. Now, from a filmmaking point of view, Crimson Peak is top notch all around. The cinematography, the production design, the movie looks fantastic. It looks like $100 million, as have most of Guillermo del Toro's films. I'm a huge fan of Guillermo del Toro. I think he's one of probably the only true auteurs making movies today, and he seems to be the kind of filmmaker who sticks to his guns and sticks to his vision, and that's why I think a lot of his projects either don't get off the ground or they just kind of don't find an audience. It seems like with a lot of his films, the trailers and the marketing for them have been very deceptive to try to sell them as one thing when they're really not that thing, or they've got an element of that thing in them, kind of like with Crimson Peak. Yeah, there's ghosts in the movie. Yeah, there's horror elements in the film. There's paranormal elements in the film. But that's just sort of a sliver of what's going on in Crimson Peak. Now, because the movie jumps around and there's a lot going on in it, it feels very, very muddled. The story just doesn't quite feel all there to me. The core cast is fantastic. The acting is fantastic. I love Mia Wasikowska. Charlie Hunnam from Sons of Anarchy is in there. Tom Hiddleston. Loki is there. Jessica Chastain, who's a phenomenal actress, is in there as well. Great core cast, great acting, great production design, great sets, great visuals, great cinematography. It's just the story is not quite there. It didn't feel involving to me. Put it this way. I went as part of a triple date, and my girlfriend loved the movie. Her two female friends also loved the movie. Myself, my two male buddies, we were kind of like, Nah. I summed it up at the end as, that's like a Jane Austen movie with some ghosts thrown in. And that's kind of what it is. But the story just didn't have anything to it, at least for me, to really grab me and pull me in. Great acting on display, as I said, great visuals, great production design, great sets. That's all there. I just don't think the story was really there for me. Or if you're a horror buff walking into this movie expecting, a horror movie, you're going to probably feel exactly how I felt. It's kind of my buddy B Movie Mike summed it up best. I think it's kind of a chick flick, the horror movie. And that seems about right to me. I really wanted to like Crimson Peak, and I do like certain parts of it. And I want to recommend it because I want people to go out there and watch theatrical horror, and I want people to support Guillermo del Toro because I think he's such a fantastic filmmaker, and I want him to be able to get other projects off the ground. But it's difficult. It's difficult. I can't recommend it at the very least at full price. A matinee, if you can check it out when it gets into maybe some of the second run, cheaper cinemas, go check it out there. Overall, I mean, I was slightly disappointed with the movie. I just wish there was more meat on the bone. I just wish there was more to the story, more. I don't know, maybe more horror elements, maybe less of a love story. I don't know. It really seemed to be split as far as, the ladies really liked it. The guys were just kind of like, nah. So, I don't know. If you've seen Crimson Peak, please let me know what you think of it in the comments section below. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys are having a great Halloween season, a great, safe, and scary Halloween season, of course. And take care. Until next time.